guys, so I have been wanting to make this video for such a long time. I'm going to basically be comparing hair extensions. The one set I made myself, so I want to tell you guys how to go about it and like what I did, where I found all my material. And the other set I'm going to compare is the Luxy hair extensions. They're already done for you. All you have to do is clip them in. Okay, so let me start by telling you what I did about a year ago. I wanted to get into them. I didn't want to shell out the money for them. So I went to Sally's Beauties because I heard you could just buy them there, and I wanted to get the clip-ins. I am not a fan of the ones that you get done at the hair salon, and I'll tell you why. I have known people to get that done, and it always ends up damaging your hair. Anything you do artificial to your hair, whether it's coloring it, heating it all the time, sewing in hair extensions, it's not good for your hair. It wears on it, it makes it more brittle and more weak. So those, I find, as much as people will say they don't damage their hair, they really do. They're really going to thin out their natural hair. Whether you're gluing it to your hair or like flat ironing the kind where you stick them in or sewing them in, it's not natural, and therefore it's not going to be great for your hair. But so I was just going to opt on the clip-ins. I would never ever go to the salon and pay, you know, $200 to $600 to get them sewn in. I just wouldn't do it. My hair is a good length. I do want it to get a little longer. So I set out to Sally Beauty Supply. I was going to buy a set, and I could not find a set that matched my hair color at the time. There was just like either too light or too dark, nothing in the middle. Couldn't find it. My friend, who is a hairstylist, took me to this beauty supply store, and I basically bought a crap load of hair and I made my own. So let me just show you. Basically, when you buy it, it's just one huge weft of hair, and a weft is just like, here's one weft without the clips, just so you could see how thin it is. This is just one weft. And so what I had to do is I had to make my own. I had to cut them down to the different section sizes that I wanted. I also went to Sally's and I bought this hair extension. I don't know if it's like I think it's a special thread. It's pretty durable. Bought this at Sally's. I had to buy the little clips, which are not the greatest. And I also had to buy a needle, which I can't find right now. But it's a special needle made for sewing hair extensions. So I did my first weft, and it came out awful because it was too thin. And like I said, my hair was super thick. So if I was going to keep those, it was going to not look right because it was just too thin. It didn't make my hair look full. So what I did was I doubled them up. I don't know if you can see this. I doubled them up, put them together to get a little bit thicker, and then I sewed the clips on. And I have to say, kudos to me, I did do a pretty good job of sewing them on. I watched a tutorial on YouTube on how to do it. I don't remember which one it was, but if you just Google like how to make your own hair extensions or how to sew in clips for your hair extensions, tons of videos pop up. So that's how I learned. So you could just see my little craftiness that I did, and I just created different size wefts. Now you can see this is 2 wefts. If I just had one, it would be super, super thin. So that's what I did, and it took me about 3 hours after I was completely done. Again, because my hair is so thick. If your hair is really thin, you won't need as many wefts as I did. So I did wefts this size. I cut smaller sections. Here's a smaller one, and it's all tangled and knotty. Here's a smaller one that I did for the sides, and this is real human hair. The hair itself, I think I still have the receipt, was $55.59, and then when you add in the clips came in packs like these. They were only packs of 3. So I had to buy a lot of these because I needed like a ton of clips. So I would say total what I spent on my hair extensions to make my own was about $80 to $85 after I bought the thread, all the different packs of clips, and the needle. So it was sufficient. It did the job. Did I really want to sit there and sew in my own clip-ins? No, I would have rather just went to the store and bought those. That is an option if you don't have a lot to spend on hair extensions, if you are crafty. You know, just go to the beauty supply store. If you can't find your match, if you go, you can find like real human hair wefts and just create your own. And that way you can cut them down to the different size sections that you want. But a while ago, before I even left YouTube, I was contacted by the Luxy sisters, Mimi and Layla, and they asked if I wanted to do a review of them. So I thought it would be kind of fun to kind of get them and compare, see the quality and difference and stuff like that. So they sent these to me a while ago, like before I left YouTube, and I felt really bad when I left and I never got a chance to do the review, but I had emailed them and they were really sweet and understanding. So they sent me the 160 gram, and I think this was in the color dark brown. And the hair is beautiful, and I have to be honest with you, there is no comparison compared to my little homemade hair extensions and the ones that these girls sell. They own their own business. They look like prettier Kardashian sisters, if I can be honest. I think they're prettier than the Kardashian girls, and they have the most cutest accent ever. They're absolutely stunning gorgeous, like stunning gorgeous. They make videos on YouTube. I will link their channels. They own their own business. They started it, I don't think that long ago. I've gotten to know Layla. Her and I email back and forth. She's the sweetest little thing. And they make hair tutorials. They do some makeup tutorials on their other ones. They do a lot of follow me arounds. Mimi travels a lot and takes you with her, which is really cool. But they make doing your hair seem effortless. I'm not a hair person by any means. I don't know the first thing about styling my hair, but every one of their tutorials, from like simple braids to curls, they make it look so easy. And I could watch their videos all day. They're just very relatable, personable, beautiful, very easy on the eyes, and I just couldn't say enough about them. So they sent me these. You can see I had one that I curled. It's real human hair. You can straighten it, you can curl it, you can flat iron it, you can color it, and you can wash it. I've washed this a few times. Comes out completely normal. They have tutorials on their channel about how to clip them in, how to wash them, totally tons of videos on how to style. So first, how they come packaged is in this clear plastic. Everything's pink and girly, and I love it. The little snap here, and they're actually in this thing. There's like a little tie here, and that keeps the bulk of like the tops of the wefts up here, and then the hair just comes down, and they fold it up like this, and it goes in the plastic. So it looks like that, except with your hair in it. It was shipped UPS ground, I believe. And here's what they look like if you haven't seen their videos. They're so pretty, but the packaging is just really cute. They tell you how to care for your hair extensions, how to wash them, always to use a heat protecting spray, how to store them. They even have videos on how to store them. I'm just going to show you one of the wefts just so you can compare. I also have in another set that they sent me. I emailed Layla a while ago just to make sure that I could color the hair extension because I darkened my hair, and she said instead of doing that, I'll just send you a darker pair. So that was really sweet of her. I was not expecting that at all. But instead of taking these in and out, I wanted to just kind of show you. So here is my little makeshift hair weft, and here is the Luxy hair. You can see already, first of all, the hair, my hair, the homemade ones with 2 layers of hair, isn't even as thick as their one weft, and this is just one of their 3 clips. Their clips are better quality. I'm going to get close. I don't know if you can see. The black one is the homemade one. This is the Luxy. And I don't know if you can see, this right here is like a little piece of rubber, and basically what that does is it clips your hair and it makes it so it's not going to slip out of your hair. The ones that I got at Sally's don't have that. So that is one huge advantage. Obviously the way they're sewn in and made, tons better quality. And here on the homemade ones I had this space because I didn't want to sew all the way across it. Whereas on the Luxy they have a band that binds the hair together. So when you're brushing your hair to blend it with the hair, you don't have to worry about like these separating. You just brush it. It's very flush with your head. It's very smooth. One major difference between the two that I noticed that I really want to touch on is shedding. I noticed that right away with the homemade ones. As soon as I would brush through them, I would get globs of hair that came out. And if you live with any guy, then you will be sure to know how much that would drive him crazy, because Nick was like, what is all this hair all over the bathroom? But you could just see, this is just one piece of the weft. You could see how thin it is. And so every time even doing this, I don't know if you can see all this hair that I just pulled out. It's a lot there. Yeah, these would shed like a mother. And then with the Luxy, it's a lot thicker up here. There's a band here protecting anything from pulling, and very, very minimal shedding. You can brush these very easily. You can run your fingers through them and you're not getting pieces that just come out. So in that aspect, quality, Luxy totally trumps the homemade ones, because it's almost like the more shedding, the thinner and thinner this gets, and then it's like you have to buy a new weft or create a new one because it's like down to nothing. So that is one thing I did want to mention, and I wish you could see, here's one that I made. I wish you could just see the difference in thickness up here. I know it's going to be really hard to tell. I love these. If you can dish out the money for these and just, you know, save yourself the trouble of making them yourselves, I'd highly recommend them. I like that once you get the Luxy hair extensions, you can go on their channel and actually have the product that they're using. Like, you know, when you watch a makeup tutorial, you wish that, you know, you want to have every single product that the girl in the video or the guy in the video is using. And it's frustrating when you don't. Well, here you have the exact same extensions, so they look exactly like what they're using in the video. I will say, and I've emailed Layla, like, when I see them with their hair extensions and it looks so natural and normal for them, and I said to her that I always have trouble with mine blending unless my hair's curled. But definitely watch their tutorial on how to blend, because it does help. It's the silkiest, softest hair. Like I said, I've done everything to this hair except for color it. I've washed it many of times, I've curled it, I've flat ironed it, and it always goes back to looking beautiful. So right now I have in, let's see, I have in a weft of 3, a weft of 4, a weft of 3, a 2, and then 2 little 1 wefts. I left it down so you guys could see the effect. Do you see how much fuller my hair looks with them in? When I curl my hair with the extensions, it looks a ton more natural. I've done like side braids with them. I've done really high ponytails. Layla always wears high ponytails and they always look so adorable on her. They have so many amazing tutorials. Like anything you've ever want to do with your hair, they have in their video. It's like I said, if you don't have the money to shell out to buy the already made ones for you, then you can definitely get all the resources that you need to make them. I'm more of a no fuss. I'd rather just spend the extra money to get the product and get a quality product. On their website, they make it really easy to match your color. For me, it was easy. Layla and Mimi watch my videos, so I just said, send me whatever color you think would be matching to mine. But they have very good swatches of each of the colors, and you're bound to find like the correct color for you. I mean, I really, really like it. They're good quality. Once they're in, they feel really secure. I will say that I wore the homemade extensions for a wedding I was in last October because I didn't have the ones from Luxy, and they weighed my hair down so bad. By the end of the night, the end of the wedding, I was just like, oh, I need these out of my hair, and I made Nick give me like a scalp massage because they just felt like they weighed my hair down so much, and I had them on for so long, and I don't know if it was just because of me doubling the wefts or what, but I just like, they just hurt me. And I have worn these to events, rehearsal dinners all day, and they don't ever bother me. I don't even know that they're in. They feel very lightweight. They don't feel itchy after a while, which is what the homemade ones did to me. So yeah, I think it's really good quality. As long as you can get the color to match your hair, the Luxy hair extensions completely blends with your natural hair because it's real human hair. And it does look like real hair. I'm glad that they sent me the darker set though, because I am eventually gonna go a little bit darker to my roots, so that'll eventually blend. But like I said, if it doesn't match, you could always dye them yourself. They even have a video on what they use to dye their extensions. Layla's had her hair color change, I think it was Layla, a couple times, and she always gets the same stuff at the beauty supply store. I still haven't decided if I'm going to put extensions in for my wedding. My wedding isn't until like a year and a half out, and I haven't cut my hair in like such a long time, and I don't plan to, except for like itty bitties at the end just to get the dead ends off, because my goal is to have naturally really long hair by my wedding in a year and a half. I feel like once my hair hits a certain point, which is where it is now, it just stops growing. It's so weird, but if I cut it really short, it'll grow fast again, but then it just stops there. So normally around this time, right before spring, summer hits, I chop it off, but I'm going to let it grow because I want it long for my wedding. And I'd prefer to not have to wear extensions on my wedding because then it's just one other thing I have to worry about, and I'd rather just go au naturel for my wedding and just have my natural hair. But if your hair is short, if you are doing an updo, a styled updo, you could always bring your extensions into the hair salon where you're getting done, or if you're doing it at your house, give them to the stylist and they will put them in for you. They'll blend them a lot better for you. But I think, like I said, they're great for those that have short hair, that want a longer hair, even if like you are contemplating going to a salon and having them professionally sewn in, you might want to just try out the clips and just see if you even like it, because what happens if you go to the salon and you get them in and then you're like, I hate how it looks, then you're kind of stuck. So the clip-ins are great because they're not permanent. You could put them on, take them in, take them off, you can wash them, you do whatever you do with your normal hair, but it's not permanent, it's not damaging, it's clipping into your hair, so it's not pulling them, it's not stripping the ends, it's not making the ends really brittle. So I just like the idea of clip-ins. It's, you know, it can be whatever you want it to be. The other cool thing, and Layla and Mimi have showed this in their videos, if I could find a shorter weft, you could just take like one small extension. This is the other reason I like clip-ins, because you can kind of customize them. You don't have to put them all in. Like say you do a high ponytail with your natural hair, you could take like one small weft, like say a weft that's like this size, and you could wrap this around your ponytail for an extra added effect. Or you could braid this and then wrap that around your ponytail. Or if you want to just take one small weft and like, this is a style not for me, but I've seen a lot of people do it, like the feather extensions or like the one color extensions. I wouldn't do that either, but you could just braid like a small weft like this and then just put it like kind of hidden in your hair and just have it be different, mesh it in. Just because you get the whole set of extensions doesn't mean you always have to use them together. You can just, you know, use them for all different things, which again in their tutorials you will see all the different things you can do with your extensions. So I hope this video helped you guys figure out if it's worth investing in the Luxy hair extensions. I fully support them 100%. I love supporting their company because I absolutely adore both of the girls, and they really do make a quality product. Like when I got these in the mail and I compared them to the ones that I made myself, I like laughed at myself for a good 5 minutes because it's just embarrassing. But I hope that you guys found this video helpful. If you have any other questions, I'm going to link Luxy hair extensions website in the sidebar, and I'm also going to link their videos so you can go subscribe to them and see all their cool hair tutorials. I've worn them in a couple of my videos and you guys have always asked me about them, and like I said, I really support their company, so I wanted to get the word out for them and help them out because I truly believe in that. It's just, I just really wanted you guys to know about it. So it was really sweet. Like when I left YouTube and stepped away for a while, and I emailed Layla and I was like, I really wanted to film this video about your extensions and I'm so sorry I didn't do it. I was like, I even offered to send them back to her. And she was like, just consider it a wedding gift, which I thought was so sweet, and she didn't need to do that. But they just are just really genuine sweet girls, and I couldn't be happier to make this video and try to help them out. So I hope you guys will check them out if you're in the market for extensions. If you can't afford it, then definitely see what you can find at and go explore your beauty supply store. I'm sure you can find some good treasures there. And I will see you in my next video. Bye!